The duo down low. The heart of this team, Lowry and DeRozan, the 1 and the 2. And it's Bellinelli in at the 3, the small forward. Now here is Ibaka. Clock at 6. Pass to Bellinelli. Ingram with the steal. By himself and slam dunk by Ingram.
How about the huge wingspan of Ingram, really causing the opposition a number of problems.
The second overall pick back in 2016, Brandon Ingram has shown us flashes. But whether it's defense or offense, still a ways to go. And this is the attack mindset you want to see coming into the game.
Get it to the right guy, get a high percentage look, and that's the kind of game they want to play tonight.
A three-pointer off the mark. And Greg, when you talk about Ingram, where would you look for him to make the next step in his game?
Well, in that one season at Duke, he did shoot over 40% from three. I think becoming a reliable shooter from out there would be a key building block offensively. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well. Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Pass to Holiday. Lowry against Ingram. 6 to shoot. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Adams trying to free himself up. Kept alive. There's the dish to Williamson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
And Williamson, a kid that's likely to reach his full potential. Very coachable, absorbs instruction well, and really implements it quickly.
First free throw is good. Doris, there is nothing like opening night in the NBA. Every fan base just teeming with optimism for the upcoming season.
I think all of us are just so thrilled to have NBA basketball back. There's no losses in the losing column. Everybody's happy. Let's tip it off and go.
And guys have that little step, and these first weeks of the season are always exciting.
Oh, no doubt. Everybody's bursting with enthusiasm. Players are fresh.
And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
And it's Ingram missing.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that. But that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
A shot by Lowry, no good.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
1:21 left in the first quarter. Ingram against Siakam. Here's Williamson. A shot that time, not on target. So the Raptors will take it the other way. And talking to stars in this league, even they want to see what Williamson's going to do next.
Sure. We talk about the leaping ability at his size, the handles, the shot making. But what really stands out when you watch him live, the instincts. Being at the right place at the right time and always seeming to make the right play.
And that one's good. Ingram.
Gotta see Ingram get going down low. Just another dimension of his game that he continues to develop.
Here's DeRozan. And no good. Holiday with the defensive effort. Last game for the Raptors, they picked up the W against the Jazz in Salt Lake City. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Adams with the basket on the assist by Ball.
Listen, there is a touch and a confidence about Steven Adams. If he's in the paint, he will get it done.
DeRozan with it. No points in the game yet for him. is up in time, but doesn't go in. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Pelicans lead by 5. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. Now a veteran in the NBA, Serge Ibaka, talked about his role on this team.
I like to do all those little things, running up and down, blocking shot, straight to the floor, making open shot.
And Ibaka, Greg, a great complementary player.
And you like his combination of size and skill, able to impact the game at both ends on a high level.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. They've got Clark. He's out there with E'Twaun Moore. Aaron Baines out there with Austin Rivers. And it's Alexander Walker in at the shooting guard position. And Baines kicks to Rivers. Buries it from three-point range. Rivers has got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, if you are a modern NBA shooting guard, you have got to be able to shoot with range, and Austin Rivers knocks it down.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Alexander Walker passes to Baines over Davis. Shots good by Baines. Baines has got the lead up to 8 now for the Pelicans.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Lowry against Rivers. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard and still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you can see him being a top-level sixth man for the rest of his career.
Lowry against Rivers. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. Siakam is checked in for Toronto. DeRozan comes in for Kyle Lowry. And a change for the Pelicans. Ingram's checked in. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know. And if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, a Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole. Kevin, that's what made him. From Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you. 4 on the shot clock. Lets the 3 fly. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Ingram's got 7.
And when Ingram is left alone from deep, his eyes light up. His shooting is just out of this world.
Davis, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Power down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Here's Holiday. Doesn't go for him. Nice D from DeRozan. Raptors trail by 9. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. And yes, it's good.
Boy, officials say play on, even though there's contact. DeRozan, I guess they don't think he needs any help.
Now Ingram. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Sacramento.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
12 seconds left to play in the first half. Outside, Davis. Back to Siakam. Fires top of the key. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They have made it. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time, a competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. Well, for New Orleans. Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
Second pick in the 2016 draft. This is what we expect from Brandon Ingram. He is so...
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side,
my brother.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Brandon Ingram with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem, and it's Bellinelli in at the small forward spot. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. And they pick up 2. Adams has got the first bucket of the third here for New Orleans.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there, no box out.
And to me, Greg, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
Holiday goes in over Lowry, and it's New Orleans scoring again. Of course, you've seen a lot of these big men come and go in this league. Who would you say right now is the most complete big man in the NBA?
Well, 2 guys come to my mind immediately, and that's Joel Embiid, who I think probably could be more efficient with his three-point shooting, but is still enough of a threat that you have to guard him out there. They enter the ball through him in the post, and he can be a dominant scorer. He can also put it on the deck. And then Anthony Davis, who you could say all of those attributes that Joel Embiid has, the Brow has as well. Those are 2 of the most complete, dominant, two-way big men in today's game.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And Holiday kicks to Ingram. No good with the triple. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. They trail by 11. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Holiday with it. Now guarded by Siakam. Passes it to Williamson. Puts it up from 12. Tries again. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I'll tell you, Steven Adams is a load on the block. That frame makes him an impossible check.
Or as you think about the anchor of this team, Steven Adams just holds it down in the middle.
Oh, Steven Adams does so much, but it all starts on the defensive end with this guy. He takes away so much space on the interior. He is commanding on the backboards. He contests shots. Everything you could hope for, Steven Adams brings.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Doris Adams, a terrific player on the floor. But you know what? He's a great teammate as well. They always talk about the great chemistry he brings to the Thunder.
And anyone who's had a conversation with Steven Adams knows he is quite a character. This guy is so easygoing. He's fun. I think he brings a great vibe to the locker room.
And the Raptors miss again. Pelicans leading by 13. Ball feeling it out a bit. Boucher with the rebound.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Here's Alexander Walker. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And for all the drama surrounding Lonzo Ball's entrance into the NBA, one thing is for certain, he can play.
And Lonzo will always have the media attention, but the fact is he is a very talented player. His playmaking and passing was as elite as advertised from day one. Starting to find his spots on how he can score for himself. But everything else with his game is what you want from an elite point guard.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Marc Gasol is checked in for Ibaka. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Davis is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. And he can't hit the second.
And at 6'6", Ball, very similar to Jason Kidd in terms of the vision that he plays the game with. His IQ is off the charts.
That's in. The Pelican lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Davis.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
There's the pass to Baines. Now Ball. It's stolen by Davis. And now it's Davis running. He can go all the way. And Davis throws it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play. Then the emphatic stop.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Out of bounds, Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it.
And after getting off to such a good start offensively in that first half, haven't been quite as efficient here in the second.
Here's DeRozan, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, the handles of DeMar DeRozan taking center stage there. How about the ball skills? Taking advantage of those and converting.
From deep, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's New Orleans with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Looking. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Aaron Baines out there with Clark, and it's Rivers in at the point. Outside Holiday, and it's Toronto with the rebound. Davis drives in. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. 8 points for Davis.
Well, this is where DeMar DeRozan proves he is the real deal. Not only a skilled scorer, skilled at finding his teammates as well. I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Pelicans leading by 4. It's Rivers on the wing. Here's Baines. Ingram attacking. It's tipped. There's Hollis-Jefferson. He doesn't hit that one. Good D by Holiday. Here's Ingram, and he hammers that one down right in the face of Marc Gasol.
And how about the athleticism from Ingram? Really looking to tear the basket apart with these strong dunks.
And the Raptors call time here. New Orleans making some changes here. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Aaron Baines. Williamson comes in for Clark. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Austin Rivers. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Devin?
Well, this is a quality decision maker in Kyle Lowry. shoot, no problem.
Pass to Adams. We've got 1:55 left in the game. Ingram passes the ball. Adams trying to free himself up. Ball no good. Raptors trail by 3. Outside DeRozan. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one. That one is on Holiday.
This is, Kevin, to me, a special ability to draw fouls, and that's one of the things that sets DeRozan apart. We see him work these angles, get the call all the time. You get the sense this guy relishes getting to the free throw line in these tough moments. You talk about clutch, this guy is it.
Here's Holiday. Bellinelli against Ingram. Just 5 on the clock. Count that one. And the Pelicans lead by 3.
And you want Ingram to take over in these situations, and he does just that when his name is called.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here, and Ibaka slams it in.
Oh, Kev, how about the experience that Ibaka brings? He's able to be comfortable in any situation.
Here's Holiday.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
And Greg, to me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Now here's DeRozan. Over Holiday. Got it. And what a sensational bucket to put them within 1.
This is why they want the ball in DeRozan's hand. This guy is stone cold under pressure.
DeRozan against Holiday. And the rejection by Ibaka. Ingram against Siakam. Takes the 3. Rebound by the Raptors. Toronto calls timeout. They trail by 1. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Brandon Ingram.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
To take the lead. Out they get it back. Misses the 3. And he commits the intentional foul. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. So it's a narrow victory for New Orleans, pulling it out for a double. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And Second shot opportunity. No good on the shot. Good work defensively by Millsap. Harris looking it over. Launches a three. The shot will not fall. And Miami the other way now.
Well, one thing the Heat have been terrific at the last few years, protecting the rim.
The Heat have taken an old school approach to the center position, choosing physical intimidators over floor spacers.
And so it's the Heat hitting on the board first. The Nuggets moving the ball around. The kick out to Brown. Shot clock at 2. Beyond the arc. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. For Miami, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And it's Dragic off the drive. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. To the middle. And the dunk by Brown.
This is where Tobias has really improved, keeping his eyes up, making plays for others.
The Miami Heat comes into this one following a loss to Charlotte. Passes to Adebayo. Here's Crowder trying to get open as Adebayo. And the shot's good from Crowder.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Brown against Iguodala. Opening day, Steve, for some teams it's a fresh start, and for others it's the first step towards settling unfinished business, taking care of what they didn't do the previous season.
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. I think that those teams that came very close to maybe winning the championship or being there, those are the guys that are hungry. Those are the organizations. They are chomping at the bit to start the season.
And the Heat with some changes. Rudy Gay's checked in for Crowder, and Hero subbed in for Andre Iguodala. The Nuggets also changing it up. Plumlee, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Maxi Kleber in for Paul Millsap. Here's Brown, tipped away.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. And some changes here for the Heat. Olynyk comes in for Bam Adebayo. Robinson is subbed in for Jimmy Butler. And then for Denver, Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Brown. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Murray. Now here is Harris. And the shot goes in.
A big part of what makes Harris a more physical player right now is he has filled out his frame, and he is able to finish through contact.
Here's Dragic. 11-point game his last outing. That one goes in.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
And you know what? There was probably a better matchup on the floor, but when it goes in, nobody complains.
Here's Harris after the made shot from Goran Dragic.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
26 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Pass to Olynyk. Three-pointer. And it's Denver with the rebound. Last time they met was in Denver.
Not a close contest either. The last time they got together, everyone in the rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
Great scoring output from that second unit. Such a luxury to have that extra ammunition.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Heat lead by 3. Back after this from the American Airlines. Marquee matchup tonight. Jimmy Butler says he loves to go up against.
I'm one that if you're the best in the world.
That's the hard-working mentality Butler provides. A two-way threat, Greg, who wants to dominate the top players at his position.
And Butler has really embraced being a leader. You can tell he lives for these types of matchups and games.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. as the second quarter getting going right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
We've got Rudy Gay. Dragic is out there with Hero. Then it's Kelly Olynyk, and it's Robinson. In at the 3 spot. It's the group on the floor for Miami. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And a chance here to see the numbers for Goran Dragic. How he performed last season. Put up about 13 points per, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. Backup point guard, always an important position, and he fills that role beautifully.
Without a good floor conductor coming off the bench, your offense can quickly grow stagnant. He solves that problem well.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Crowder, he's checked in for Gay. And it's Iguodala in for Goran Dragic. And here's Harris from the arc. It's good from long range. Harris has got the lead up to 2 now for the Nuggets.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
Here's Hero. Brunson covering. Olynyk against Valanciunas. Heat to get a shot off. Deep 2 from Robinson. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Here's Brunson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Harris. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Back to Hardaway. Fires the 3. Rebound by Olynyk.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Iguodala deciding where to go with it. The pass to Hero. Outside Robinson. Off target from 3-point range.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's Brunson. Got a hand on it. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. Adebayo is checked in for Miami. Butler comes in for Robinson. Denver also making some changes. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Harris. And Murray's subbed in for Jalen Brunson. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. The Nuggets with another miss.
Easy chance from mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
And Bam Adebayo. He just plays with so much energy when he's on the floor.
Boy, he is ferocious on both ends of the floor. Great energy player who can finish in the paint with the best of them. Very quick on his feet and can cover a lot of ground for a player his size.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. Taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas. David, thank you. For Denver, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
That free throw good from Hardaway.
After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
And the Heat with some changes. Rudy Gay's checked in for Jay Crowder. And it's Dragic in for Hero. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for Miami. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that'll be the 3rd of the 4 straight at home. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Just 5 to shoot. Shot from the top of the key. That shot, no good. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're happy. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the... Thanks for joining us.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Nice game, great performance by Harris.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
You know, you almost take it for granted. You look at his numbers from the first half, they're just expected at this point.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Denver, they've got Tobias Harris. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Jaylen Brown. And it's Murray in at the point guard. Butler with the steal. Dishes to Dragic. Smitty, certain guys, due to their size or just playing style, are harder to officiate than others. I've always believed that.
Yeah, it is. I mean, back in my day, it was Shaq. How do you officiate him? Is he creating contact or he is absorbing contact? James Harden at a guard spot is one of those guys. Giannis, I also think, is one of those guys. And Russell Westbrook. Those are my guys I think that are playing right now.
They're just such different players, right? It's very difficult to officiate.
And they play through contact well.
Yes, good point.
And the vertical that Brown has is pretty impressive, as relentless a finisher as you'll find in our league.
The Heat making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. The dish to Dragic. Over Murray. He can't get that one. And the Nuggets going the other way. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip.
And you got to respect how accomplished Brown is down low, destroying whoever is in his way.
Dragic, the pass to Butler. But 3. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds in this game. Murray surveying the D. Pass to Brown. Carried from 15 feet out. Now it's a 6-point Denver lead.
And love how assured Brown looks taking these shots. His mid-range game is on point. He's squaring up like that.
Dragic gets the bucket. Dragic has got his 3rd basket of the night.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And the veteran Goran Dragic still producing late in his career. Not the force he once was, but always a source of playmaking and scoring.
Denver leading by 4. Now Brown. He's got 8. Pass to Murray. Just his first attempt. And it's Miami with the rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Well, you look at the career of Dragic, Greg, he's always been a scoring point guard.
Yeah, and as Dragic has aged, he has learned to lean more and more on his outside shot. Even when his first step and speed start to falter, he'll find ways to put up points.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far. Got to recognize the situation, trying to get a 2-for-1.
Absolutely, but at the same time, you want to get a good shot.
Out to Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Murray outside. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. Dragic with some nice D. And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for the Heat. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Brown against Dragic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Goran Dragic.
I admire the energy that Brown plays with, so great at getting to the line.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And here is Iguodala from deep three-point range, and that one released in time, but no good. Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge. Moments ago from the huddle, let's listen in on Coach Mike Malone. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Hero out there with Iguodala. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Gay in at the four-man position. It's the group on the floor for Miami.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Brunson kicks to Murray. And he comes up with the deuce.
And even at 6'5", Murray just elevates high inside for these buckets. A high percentage shooter down low.
Here's Hero. Denver grabs the miss. Brown outside. Here's Plumlee. It's blocked. And here comes the break. They grab their own miss. Here's Gay. And it's blocked by Brown. Brunson scanning the floor. Over to the left wing. Denver passing it around. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's foul number 2 for him. Hardaway's checked in for Jalen Brunson. Brown against Butler. 5 on the clock. Here's Kleba. And it's off the back rim. No good. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. Going to the rack with energy in the D, afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
To the wing right side. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
Kleba, the pass to Murray. It's deflected, and he gets it back. And a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Murray's got 4 points now in the fourth, and the Heat call time here. They're down by 4. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan player of the game, Tobias Harris.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Crowder comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's Dragic in for Hero. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address the team. He told them they have to keep fighting. He said, hey, look, we're right here. We can't make mistakes. We got to be aggressive and smart. Back to you guys.
Harris dishes to Murray. Here's Valanciunas. Will not go. This is off the front eye. Miami trailing. Iguodala outside. Butler on the way. To tie it up. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Free throw, no good for Butler.
What you have with Jimmy Butler is a guy who can guard 1 through 4, and sometimes even to 5.
And with Brown, it doesn't matter what point in the game it's at. He's ready to shoot whenever and wherever he has the ball in a good spot.
Here's Butler. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Harris outside. In the corner, Murray with it. Shoots over Dragic. Good.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
Timeout called the Heat. They're trailing by 4. There's 21 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 13 feet away. It falls. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Defense, what defense? Jimmy Butler was determined to knock that one down.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. And so he's picked up his final foul. And you will see for the rest of this game.
Yeah, and luckily they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
For a player this good, still in his 20s, Tobias Harris has been on an astonishing number of teams.
That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And it's all about the 3 right here. And they're looking to tie it up, live to play another period. We'll see what they run right here.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here. So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
There's the knockout blow. No chance of getting up off the canvas now.
So we see Denver get the win here. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well, Thanks, DA. Got to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Green.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Now Golden State's starting five. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers. In the backcourt, Chris is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Isaac in at the three. And for the Pacers, Thomas Satoransky is out there with Victor Oladipo. Then it's Jabari Parker. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Vucevic in at the center, filling out the middle. Oladipo misses. Coming into the NBA, Victor Oladipo, Greg, drew some comparisons to Dwayne Wade, but it was working out with D-Wade that helped take Victor's game to the next level.
And listen, anytime you're the second overall pick, which he was back in 2013, stardom is expected. It just took a while. Now he's got to apply that same work ethic to overcoming the knee injury.
Curry on the wing. Unloads from 13. That's good on the jump shot.
You got to guard the long-range ball, but Steph's so good at pulling up, great footwork and foundation. And good job on the pull-up J.
Satoransky against Curry. And Satoransky kicks to Oladipo. Here's Vucevic. Goes up with it again. Tries it again. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The Pacers shooting their first free throws of the evening. And both free throws good for Vucevic.
Well, they say the post-up big man is dead and gone in the NBA, but don't tell that to Nikola Vucevic. An offensive focal point, and he does some of his best work on that low block.
Here's Chris. Vucevic with the block. Thompson against Oladipo. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Second chance effort, and Thompson sends it back.
Clay is a very good positional and on-ball defender, but him getting to a block shot like that, that's impressive.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did, and we felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Passes it to Parker. To the paint. Here's Vucevic. Moves back up. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Looking here at some numbers for Chris Middleton. He had a strong showing last season. Last season, he averaged 18 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. And very few players in the league can go out and produce like he has. Just a great stretch for him.
He keeps playing like this, and you know in arenas, especially at home, when a star player is playing this well, those MVP chants come raining down.
Curry on the wing. He's covered by McConnell. Shot from 12. Curry can't get it to go. And so it's McConnell with it. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. It's a 3-point game. Vucevic trying to get open. That shot, no good. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Their last encounter was in San Francisco.
And their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, that had to have been #1 priority for the coaching staff coming into this one. Limiting those turnovers and making sure they don't beat themselves this time.
Warren against Barnes. They get it back. Cantor. Second chance shot. And another shot. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
And it's not a secret. Cantor is a major factor on the offensive glass thanks to his size, strength, and excellent hands.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Now here's Curry. He's covered by McConnell. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Thibault. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Pacers lead by 3. And we'll get... Bobby Portis, who's known for his work ethic, said he learned a lot.
It's 3-4 in the
And she was a basketball player in her own right. Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby. but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
It's Warren and Leaf. They're the forwards. T.J. McConnell is out there with Chris Middleton, and it's Cantor in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers. Warren against Barnes. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2. Opening night, Brent, always exciting. Technically, every team is undefeated with a lot of hope.
You're just fired up. I mean,
I am fired
up. The
up.
NBA never stops, Kevin. We know this, right?
Isn't it great, though? I'm so glad it doesn't stop.
The offseason is just absolutely ridiculously exciting.
So fun.
So much movement and hope for franchises that, have struggled for a long time. And here we go. Hope springs eternal. It's opening night.
Banked in off the glass. Barnes has got his second basket of the night.
Barnes can be hard to contain sometimes around the rim. He can create just enough space to be effective.
Now McConnell. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Yes, that goes in. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Warriors trail by 3. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Mike Kaminsky, he's checked in for Cantor. Jabari Parker comes in for Leaf. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And Satoransky is subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Chris pass to Isaac. At the elbow, Green. Over Parker. And the Warriors miss again.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard. And you hear it all the time about how they say reaching the top can be the easy part. It's the staying there that's the true challenge. And Victor Oladipo achieved stardom, but has to make his way back after his knee injury in early 2019.
Chris kicks to Isaac. Outside, Green. We've got 1:08 left here in the second. And Thompson launches it from deep. The long distance 3 is buried. And Oladipo had already dealt with soreness in that right knee, and you talked about that, missing about a month earlier in the season.
And some suggested he came back too soon. Hindsight always 20/20, and players want to be out there to help win games. Sometimes teams have to protect them from themselves.
Latrey doesn't get it to drop for him.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Lets it go. Misses, and he wants that one back.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And that's it. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time for the Pacers. The first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. The second quarter saw them lose just a fraction of the lead they held at the end of the first. And that'll do it for
ahead if you're just joining us. We've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Here's Thompson. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Chris, and it's Isaac into the small forward.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Hits the three-point bomb.
Oladipo playing a couple years at point guard in Orlando when he started his career, showing off his passing ability there.
Thompson passes to Curry. Puts it up from 15. That one goes. Count it. Curry's got his second bucket tonight.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight, Kevin. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Pass to Oladipo. Inside, here's Vucevic, and he banks in the layup. Vucevic has got 5 points so far.
Well, Victor showing some nice signs of vision on that play. Not an easy cover in the pick and roll. It's a nice pass.
And the pass to Thompson. Green kicks to Curry. Thompson for the triple. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Offensive rebound. Pass to center on Steve. It's stolen by Curry. Shoots the three. It's rebounded by Indiana. Vucevic has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Timeout called the Warriors. Well, we hear this all the time. Good defense beats good offense. Do you think that's true?
I don't know how defense scores. So, in today's game, seeing the juggernauts and seeing what we've seen, Kevin, quite frankly, as some of the best offensive teams, not only in the last 5 years, but in the history of the league, around the Houston Rockets and what the Golden State Warriors have been able to do. It's about equipping your team defensively to be able to stop that stylistically, but certainly every coach will say it comes down to defense because that is something you can control.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Enes Kanter comes in for Parker, and it's T.J. McConnell in for Satoransky. McConnell scanning the floor. Dishes to Oladipo. Back to McConnell. Shot clock at 6. Fade away, and there's Kanter on the assist by McConnell. And that's now 6 points for Enes Kanter.
I don't think this is a conditioning issue, but it looks like they've lost their legs here in the second half.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Enes Kanter.
Yeah, we know he's undersized for the position, but Draymond Green does the work of several men, including how he forces the D that time to foul.
The Warriors shooting their first free throws of the game.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Kaminsky is checked in for Indiana. Warren comes in for Chris Middleton. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Well, whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny that Draymond Green is one of the more unique players in the league.
There really isn't anyone else like Draymond. I mean, who does everything for a team but score. I mean, not only can he play all positions on both ends of the floor, but also to be the emotional leader. Truly a special player.
Here's McConnell. Barnes grabs the miss. And it's Barnes with the ball for Golden State. Trailing by 4. Green, no luck.
And if they're thinking they can get a 2-for-1 here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what they're going to run here. Got to run a good play.
Lets it go from 11. Scooped up. Knocked away. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kanter. T.J. Lee's checked in for Enes Kanter. There's 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside Curry. We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter, and the shot is good. Curry's got 9 points.
And sometimes Steph has to challenge himself throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's with difficult shots like that, a passing grade, if you will.
On deep, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Pacers lead by 2. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great finish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Oladipo is the 2 with Warren playing small forward. Frank Kaminsky is out there with Leaf, and it's McConnell in at the point. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Oladipo. Offensive rebound. Kaminsky. Great tee that time from Green.
Not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Passes it to Thibault. Here's Barnes. He nails it, and we're tied up.
Attacking is one thing, Kevin, but body control another, and Harrison Barnes showing you that on that play.
McConnell with it. Curry meets him. McConnell with it. It doesn't go for him. Curry with some nice D. Here we go, one-on-one. Green, no luck. Warren against Green. Green with the block.
And Green plays with tremendous edge on the defensive end of the floor.
And that one's good. Thibault.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
And the Pacers call time here.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Vucevic, he's checked in for Kaminsky. Jabari Parker comes in for TJ Leaf. Chris Middleton's checked in for Warren. And Satoransky's subbed in for TJ McConnell. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, Nate McMillan had some advice for the team during that last break. This game is obviously close, could go either way, and he wanted to make sure that his guys were all on the same page and were all staying with the game plan in order to close this one out. Kevin?
Yeah, not the guy that you want to put at the line in these moments. He's not missing these.
It's followed by Oladipo. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. And Satoransky wide open. He fires. A three-pointer, no good. Curry with a wide open look. Offline with his three.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Warriors have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. 7-foot shot, and Thompson with the nice bucket inside. And the Warriors lead by 1.
And that is a potential game changer. Thompson maintaining his calm and coming through.
Down low, and stolen by Chris. Satoransky against Curry. 1:32 left in the fourth. From deep three-point range, Jabari Parker comes up with the rebound. Parker's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Satoransky. The dish to Oladipo. The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky. Oladipo's got his first 2 points.
Confidence shown from Oladipo. He wants that shot in that moment.
Here's Curry with the 3. And Vucevic pulls it down.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more three-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. No good that time.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, Greg, is that the biggest shot of the game?
To the inside. The Warriors pull it in, and they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
And the Warriors making a change here. Barnes is checked in. Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're in front by 1. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Stephen Curry.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a smasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2.
Yeah, this is not the guy you want to step up and make his way to the free throw line, but you wouldn't expect that he's going to miss any of these. Huge free throws, bumps the lead up to 3, and now they simply have to guard against the 3 ball.
Time call here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're trailing by 3. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, G.A. Don't force something up. You got to be smart here.
Vucevic finds Middleton. It counts. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Middleton proving again how clutch he is for this basketball team. Big shot there.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're leading by 1. 17 seconds left to play in the final quarter. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 3-point game. So Oladipo will bring it up for the Pacers. From deep. He's off from 3. And an intentional foul there stops the clock. Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Klay Thompson is really a guy you have to respect with how even-keeled he is out there on the floor. Never too high, never too low, and very much in control of his emotions. That'll ice it right there. Not everybody can keep their composure at the line in such a big situation.
So we see the Warriors get the win here. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean,
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony.
Lagyan ulit ng tubig. Depende sa dami ng bigas. Lagyan ulit ng tubig. Yun muna. Ulit ng tubig.
Here's Booker. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game. Looking at league trends, do you miss the physicality of years past, which was so much a part of the time that you played?
I do, Kev. I do miss the physical game. I miss the bumping and grinding outside in there in the paint. But I also love the new game and the spacing. You know, you can appreciate the game so much more. It's like going to a ballet and being able to see the movement of the players, what they're doing out here. And so I love the fact it's not hampered by guys getting thrown to the floor and grabbed. I do like the physical play, though. I just want to find a happy medium.
Now here's Booker. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go. Ball against Booker. Shot clock at 5. From deep three-point range, Wall grabs the board. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for Washington. It's good.
Look at the muscle from Wall, willing to draw some contact.
And here's Rubio. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Portland.
And don't forget about his assists. His playmaking was as good or better than his scoring. He was in complete control out there.
Now here's Oubre. Back to Booker. Again, the miss by Booker.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Wall is a highly intelligent player. He sees the floor pretty well, sprinting to the cup with ease that time.
And so many issues for this Wizards team the last few seasons have been due to a lack of an inside presence.
Yeah, inside scoring has been a problem, GA. I mean, they've had to lean heavily on outside shooting. Also, though, they've been struggling with rebounds.
Here's Wall after the made shot from Kelly Oubre. Beal finds Wall. 1:36 left here in the first quarter. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And the added muscle of Beal coming into play there. I mean, he's just shrugging off the contact and getting it done.
Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Washington. Shabazz Napier comes in for John Wall. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Sheck Diallo, he's checked in for Nance. Bridges comes in for Kelly Oubre. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Devin Booker. And George Hills subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Now here's Ayton. Hill dishes to Bridges. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Wizards leading by 3. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Beal. Got a piece of it.
Tremendous at anticipating when shots are going up. Ayton is outstanding at protecting the rim.
Hill deciding where to go with it. Here's Forbes. Good. The assist goes to Hill.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
There's 42 seconds left in the first. Beal, the pass to Gibson. The pass to Beasley. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
I'm watching him operate in their offense.
Suns have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And Forbes kicks to Hill. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And guys, I love George Hill's game. He's a smart defender with the score the ball pass. He's a winner.
First trip to the line for him here. Free throw drops for Hill. Both free throws good from Hill. Napier with it, and he just worked New York in that last game. From deep, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Tie game in Washington. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. One of the most dangerous his scores in the game, Bradley Beal's.
I think the biggest thing is
Ellen Beal trying to grow as a leader and a star. Has to love that.
Yeah, and Brooks known for developing good relationships with his players. He pushes them, but he gives them a lot of praise as well.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So the Wizards 5 right now. Beasley is out there with Wilson Chandler. Then it's Taj Gibson. Then there's Shabazz Napier. And it's Milton in at the 2 guard. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. And there it is for him. Milton's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, Coach Scott Brooks has seen success in the past. Respected coach who has won Coach of the Year. But the heat is on in Washington.
Yeah, he hasn't had great luck here with the Wizards. I mean, new management this year might be evaluating him. I mean, he could be a make-or-break season for Brooks.
Bridges. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Bridges has got 5.
Boy, yeah, they got hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
So timeout called here. The first for Washington.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
Washington making some changes. Miles Bridges, he's checked in for Chandler. Korkmaz comes in for Malik Beasley. And it's John Wall in for Napier. And the Suns here with a different look. Larry Nance is checked in for Diallo. Kelly Oubre comes in for Bridges. Booker, he's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for George Hill. And for Hill, Greg, he's a great veteran leader. He brings value to a playoff-bound team.
You know, Hill has a game that is effective even when he's not scoring. His leadership and defense will make him a welcome addition to any roster, even as his numbers fade.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
And Nance brings it in.
And I'll tell you, Nance can score. He rebounds it, has the versatility to switch 1 through 5, does a lot for this team.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
Is Smith. He's checked in for Shake Milton. And the Suns also making a change. Andre Ayton's checked in for Pat Connaughton. Hey, Chris, this year pioneer Chuck Cooper inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Long overdue, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, he was the first African-American player ever to be drafted. I mean, let's just think about that. Jackie Robinson of basketball. He paved the way, and what he endured, and his teammates, by the way, of all colors, is well documented. And I think the Celtics need to, and I think they will retire his number 11 and have it hang up in that famed Raptors of theirs over there.
I agree.
I'll tell you, Bridges, you see the athleticism, the improving skill set, and the instincts are coming along.
And it's Rubio with the ball for the Phoenix Suns. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
Yeah, and they can't afford a repeat of that. They need a lot more minutes out of their core group tonight.
Just 3 to shoot. No good from Booker. The Wizards have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Here's Wall. It's good. This game is all even. Wall's got 9 points.
Oh, man, so difficult to contain. When Wall is attacking the defense, they're basically at his mercy.
Right wing. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Bounce pass, Nance. Here's Rubio. Shot clock reset for Phoenix. Oubre against Bridges. Passes to Booker. There's the triple. Offensive rebound. Back to Oubre. Pass to Booker. Wall with the block.
of the height Wall possesses, it allows him to get up to these type of blocks. Shooters have to be aware of his reach.
So a tie game here as we finish the first half. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Bradley. The old saying, no rebounds, no rings. How important is it to continue to have 5 guys go to the glass in the second half?
Yeah, all five guys. I think we're too worried about getting out in transition. So I think 1 through 5, including the guards, we all got to get in there and rebound.
You can't score unless you have the ball, right? Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output for both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Well, I think to shoot a high percentage, the offense has to be in sync. And in the first half, those guys were sharing the basketball, playing for each other. Now it becomes a matter of being consistent.
Shaq, what'd you think about Phoenix?
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting a timely rebound really lifted. Strong work on the glass is key because that's how you string together a series of big stops.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. And look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. The Wizards shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Monty Williams. Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Andre Ayton out there with Nance. And it's Oubre in at the small forward position.
And John Wall, of course, having to fight back from that torn Achilles, but also is now having to play up to that super max contract he signed.
Pass to Ayton. Rubio against Chandler for 3. Booker. Again, the miss by Booker. Inside. That's good from Beal on the assist by Wall. Beal's got the first basket of the second half here for the Wizards. The Suns trailing. And with Wall, no doubt he's a star guard. But with that contract break comes heavy expectations.
No doubt. And I'd like to see Wall become more proactive, really as a playmaker on offense in the near future. Depending on how he feels after the injuries, he might need to change his style just a bit.
Suns have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Malik Beasley comes in for Taj Gibson. And Shabazz Napier subbed in for John Wall.
What's up?
And when you watch DeAndre Ayton, you really are just floored by how he moves. The amount of speed and agility he has for a player as solid as Ayton is doesn't come around very often.
Bridges misses.
It might take them a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. They just need to calm down, play their game.
Rubio the pass to Nance. Back to Rubio. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Ayton. The shot comes out. Now Washington takes it the other way. And those physical attributes of Ayton are so imposing. Greg, who does he remind you of?
I mean, for current players, you see a bit of Embiid and how they both move so fluidly for 7-footers. From the past, I see a bit of David Robinson in his game.
Nance finds Oubre. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And now, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Washington Wizards. On Friday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Boston Celtics. Then on Sunday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And Kevin, things could get ugly for this team during this road stretch. They just haven't had the same focus nor execution that we've seen from them when they're at home.
Bridges for 3. Nance with the rebound. Phoenix has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Oubre, and finished off by Oubre. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
Now here's Napier, guarded closely. Now the pass to Bridges. Rubio with the rebound. And it's Rubio with the ball for Phoenix. They lead by 1. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Here's Ayton. And that one goes long.
Even when the D is playing off of him, the mid-range jumper shouldn't be the shot they're looking for.
Outside for Beal. Napier feeling it out a bit. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Devin Booker.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Wizards shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Free throw drops for Napier, and a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Taj Gibson's checked in for Bridges. Korkmaz comes in for Wilson Chandler. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Malik Beasley. And it's Ish Smith in for Beal. And both free throws good for Napier. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Here is Forbes. Passes it to Diallo. Outside Hill. 5 to shoot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And with Hill's length and athleticism, you're almost surprised he doesn't get to the line more often.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots at the game right here.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. Sinks the second.
And the chance to take the lead gets away because of the miss.
Right side Wall. Lets it go from deep. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. Third quarter comes to a close and a battle brings it to a tie. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Control the pace. Get it to the right guy at the right time. These requirements top the list if you're a good point guard.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Well, Phoenix shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best. They've got Korkmaz. Ish Smith is out there with Wall. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Milton in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 on the 4 for the Wizards. The shot's good from Forbes.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
Yeah, you just want to keep fighting. You do your best, and you live with the results.
Pass to Korkmaz. Smith outside. Pulls from the top of the key, and he nails that one right through the net.
Boy, where's the effort defensively? You have got to put up a better fight.
Yeah, it's completely absent, right? I mean, when the effort is this poor, you kind of deserve to get scored on.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
And that was the correct play to make. George Hill, a very discerning playmaker.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. The Suns making a change here. Ayton's checked in. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Scott Brooks had to say to his team. He told his guys the inside game is working, so stick with it. That means posting, slashing, getting to the rim, whatever produces these high percentage looks. Kevin, back to you.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Bridges dishes to Hill. And the layup's good off the glass. And it's a 5-point Phoenix lead.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That's his first foul for the Wizards. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Furkan Korkmaz. Bridges comes in for Shake Milton. And Beal subbed in for Smith. And then for Phoenix, Nancy's checked in for Shek Diallo. Kelly Oubre comes in for Bridges, and it's Booker in for Bryn Forbes. Pass to Bridges. Now Wall. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
You got to push Wall out of the paint. I mean, he's got the explosiveness to wreak havoc in it.
And there's the pass to Booker. .49 left in the fourth quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Hill. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
He's not shy. George Hill very capable of taking and making some big shots.
Booker against Beal. Rebound by the Suns. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. But tried by Booker, and he gets it to go.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
Wizards trail by 8. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Bridges, no one around him. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Timeout call. The Suns. They lead by 6. 1:02 left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, DeAndre Ayton.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
Booker the pass to Nance. No good that time. And the Wizards now going the other way.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
No, yeah, I agree with you, GA, but I've seen crazy things happen.
And here are the Suns now. Wow, hammering it in!
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
Well, GA, this is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're behind by 8. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, they got to get straight to the hoop, then a foul immediately.
Oubre against Beal. To the middle. Here's Gibson. Lays it up off the glass.
We've seen Beal evolve as a playmaker, including how he spots his open teammates.
And so they foul intentionally. Gets the first. That makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. They can score it here, but it won't mean much.
Kevin, turn out the lights. This party's over.
It might be.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but he hasn't been successful.
Now here's Booker. So the Suns win it. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
flashlight.